Well, hello everybody. How are you doing? It is Connor. We are back here on another One Leeds stream. Shout out to all of you, by the way, who are here. I just randomly decided to do this one. So thank you so much for all your support recently, guys. It's been truly humbling and thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And some of the lovely comments in last night. And yeah, it's been a great little month or so for Leeds United, hasn't it? And all the community, and yeah, it's amazing. So today I wanted to do a little bit of because we've got like a week left. I wanted to do a little bit of almost just a live stream for the three things that we learn, and I wanted to get your guys' opinions as well on what's going on right now, maybe a little bit more of the noise, and get your take on what you thought was an incredible night for Leeds United. I sat upstairs with my dad today, just watching it back, and we watched it back a couple of times, and it's just a really good time, everybody. And that's what we were trying to emphasize yesterday, that it's a really good time for Leeds United and to be a Leeds United fan. So yeah, take it in. It doesn't happen that often. We had it with Bielsa, didn't we, in that championship season? And it's really nice to have that again. So yeah, get your three things in. You know, we do this after every game day. You guys love it. It's not going to be a really long stream today, but it is going to be a stream of which I hope you enjoy. And get your three things in the comment section below, of course, everybody. So let's see who's in the building. I'm sure we've got a couple of the regulars. Let's have a quick look. Still buzzing, says James, on the performance level from the squad yesterday. Yes, pal. Yes, pal, indeed. It was unbelievable. Shout out James, one of the Patreon members and someone who's come on the channel as well previously. But we're going to be getting into, after your comments, everybody, we're going to be getting into what specific three things I felt I saw last night. And I've got the squad up here. Okay, and we're going to be speaking about some of the context this season, how good some of these players are. Would you invest in them? You know, would you go forward and invest in some of these players? Because I'm looking at this side right now, and how many of this custom lineup, and I've got as the remaining players up there, how many are going to be remaining? That's the key question, isn't it? How many are going to be remaining? It's so interesting now. Afternoon, Connor. Hey, Barnes. How's it going, mate? Terry says, caught alive at last. This is great, actually, Terry, isn't it, mate? Because we can do this, can't we? We can do this. Sometimes the lives of which it doesn't fit everybody's schedule, does it? And I really struggle with that because I don't want to just do early lives and late lives and, you know, the normal stuff that we do. I do want to mix it up, but I need to give you guys a bit more notice instead of just pranging it on you like this. Joel says, afternoon, mate. Love the content all season. Can't wait to see what the season holds. Shout out to you, my friend. Christo says, you are doing an immense job. Be proud of yourself, young man. Thank you, mate. Weirdly, it's been a bit of a weird period for me at this moment in time. So thank you. Comments like that, you don't actually know how much that means to me right now. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And you guys mean a hell of a lot to me. You really do. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. Arthur's got a smile on his face. Good stuff. I think it's just the comments from last night. It's actually Rick says, how salty have other team supporters been about the celebrations yesterday? Indeed, mate. Indeed. Pat says, great time to be a Leeds fan. Would you be happy to have 4 current wingers next season if we prioritise other players in the summer? Harry says, hey up, watching it. Hiya, how's it going, buddy? Super Joe says, hello, you sexy basket. Cannot wait for thank you for all the content this season. I cannot wait to see. We've got, do you know what? We've got something mega as well, guys. That's really great. That I've been speaking to one of your favorite people, and that will be revealed in due course. That we're going to be combining on a bit of a Premier League show, which is really great. Glenn says, I live down in Dorset and thank for what you do. Thanks as well, buddy. Terry's in the building. Hey, Terry, how's it going, mate? Terry, you look a little bit like Joe from Turfcast there, pal. Any plans to be back over in Ireland? Yes, mate, at some point. Lost shout out to you, mate. I really appreciate your comments all the time. Luke says, great stream with Jimmy Con. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I did a stream with Jimmy just a little bit earlier on, which was a little bit more personal. So go check that out if you fancy it. But today, let's get into it, shall we? So the three things that we learned from yesterday. Wow, it was just great, wasn't it? It was just what an experience it was to even just be there with you guys and to just experience it and experience the love on the stream and experience just it with my dad and you guys were enjoying it. It was lovely. It really, really was. So thank you so much for all of your support. The first thing that we learned was just how dominant that was. And how many of those have we? Look, and we've got to say, there's got to be a clap for Daniel Farke. There really has. And Sheffield United wobbled. Daniel Farke took control. Daniel Farke has achieved his objective. This season, my stance from day one has been this has been based on a meritocracy. If he succeeds in getting Leeds United into the top 2, I'm just going to stand there and give him his flowers. And yesterday was another performance of which, when the pressure's been on, because the pressure is still on, Leeds still have to win the title, in my opinion. We're good enough to win the title. And yesterday was another performance of which Daniel Farke has laid that gauntlet down, and Leeds United were absolutely superb. I think yesterday was my favourite performance of the season. It was staggering. Me and my old man, maybe this has become a little bit too late because we celebrated last night. And guys, I am feeling a little bit rough today, I have to be honest. But we were watching all the stuff this morning, and Leeds were just, I mean, this is a team in 5th. They're 5th. Leeds had 77% of possession. Bristol City had 1 shot on target, which came in stoppage time. Tanaka got on the score sheet. Willian Yonso. And a lovely one from the fantastic Largi Ramazani, which was great to see as well. Absolutely great. And you know, another thing that we have to look at as well is his leadership, Farke, among speculation. He came out afterwards and said, look, I'm happy effectively with what's happened. We've heard stuff from Simon Jordan this morning where he's like, look, if the 49ers aren't convinced, they've got to get rid now. It was a very sort of black and white conversation with Jim White and Simon Jordan this morning on TalkSport about Farke. But I have to say his leadership amidst speculation has been really great. He was very warm. And Farke looks great in all of this, doesn't he? He looks great. You know, whatever we think, whatever may happen, I think Farke will start the season as Leeds United boss. I think that will happen. And we are thoroughly enjoying it right now, aren't we? We've still got another game to win the title. But I think his leadership amidst this speculation has been really good. His demeanour on the sideline, his decorum in press conferences, it's been really good. And a lot of managers may not have been able to do that with the noise in and around Daniel Farke. So I want to give him his credit. And I wanted to talk as well as number 3 of just that atmosphere. Wow. I can't imagine if you guys were in the ground. I mean, tell me in the comment section like what it was like, and tell me like how that experience just must have made you guys feel. I'm sure it was unbelievable. But I have to say, like that on the TV when I was just there with the old boy, it was electrifying, absolutely electrifying. Through the TV. So I'm just really happy right now. I'm happy that I got to experience that with my old man. I'm happy that I experienced it with you guys. And this is the first time we've done this. I've never properly experienced it with my community. And you guys honestly don't know how much it means to me. And my old man, you know, sits here and he sees all of your comments. And, you know, my dad experiences one Leeds with me as well, and Leeds United. But this is so much more than just, you know, a business for me. It's you. You guys mean so much to me. And it's genuine. It's from the heart. You know, it's quite emotional. Like me and my dad were here watching Leeds, and it's, you know, my granddad isn't with it anymore, to put it nicely. And last time we went up in 1920, it was all of us were together, and it was a different time. It was quite emotional, but it was amazing. So we're all together when, you know, Emile Smith Rowe did what he did, and we all went up together. We don't have that anymore. So it is me and my dad. And to experience that with you guys, a community, which was so amazing last night and positive and happy. And to experience it with my old man, and to experience like the last, we had a bit of a session last night, a bit of a celebratory one, and you know, yeah, you guys were just loving it, and it was great, and you enjoyed it. And my dad came away and he went, I really love that, son. I really love that. And I thought, that's just great, isn't that great? So yeah, shout out to all of you. Shout out to all of you. John says club announcement. What's that, mate? What's the club announcement? Ramazani is Premier League quality. Yeah, man, 100%. Absolutely unbelievable. I want to talk about him as well. And it's great as well when you can see the names on the side there. I've just got sorry guys, I've got about 4 things open here, but as you can see there, this is the team that this is the strongest team in my opinion that Leeds have got. You kind of look at a lot of those names now. There's Darlow in net. Is he going to be kept on? Who knows? Like, are we going to look at a different goalkeeper to bring in, maybe a stronger one for the Premier League? You're probably looking at Strauch. We've had lots of conversations. Gabe has mentioned Strauch, and a lot of you guys, is he going to land in the Premier League, or we're going to go for someone else? I know Leeds have been rumoured with a centre-back on, I think it's Wacko, isn't it? The forum on there, a trusted guy on there or something or other. Someone linked me it, and is it Bijol? Bijol, I can't profess to know that much about him. But we can have a little bit of a look on here, and we'll have a little bit of a see if, because we've got a little bit of a custom thing on here. So let's have a look. Actually, we'll utilize it. We've got a little bit of a thing here. So let's have a look at what Bijol is all about. If it is him, here we go. Okay, so this is apparently who Leeds are interested in. So this is Jaka Bijol, and this is something that was said on one of the forums. So I've no idea if it's true, but it's always quite good to comment on it, isn't it? Because I know a few of you guys have asked about it as well. But this is apparently who we are interested in. I know there's been a lot of commentary online about it as well, Jaka Bijol. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But the whole conversation is it's the lineup, isn't it? Are Leeds going to take out Pascal Strauch and bring in another centre back, or is this guy going to be centre back? Build for a third centre back. Ampadu comes into midfield, and we've actually got a third centre back because Verba's obviously going to leave. But Firpo's another one. Would you guys keep him on? Is he going? What do you think? Tanaka and Ampadu in that midfield as well. But then Nonso, Aronson. I thought had a good game last night. I thought sometimes he was holding onto the ball a bit too much. But we'll just have a quick look at his stats as well. And I'd actually be quite interested to see Brendan Aronson's stats, and we'll look at his stats across the season as well. But last night in particular, look, Solomon's stats. Solomon was unbelievable, wasn't he, everybody? But Brendan Aronson's stats here. Just get that off. The custom lineup. And you can see here, obviously, key passes, which is really impressive. 3 accurate passes, 28, 33 passes overall. I thought he had a really good game last night, Brendan Aronson. It's going to be interesting, actually, to see his numbers. I've just got the season up here when it comes to Aronson. And let's just have a quick look at this season. So 9 goals, 2 assists, goals per 90, 0.23. Minutes played is outrageous, nearly 3,500 minutes. Accurate passes, 988. Accurate passes, that's not great, but still, he's in a pressure position. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Brendan. Someone else that I wanted to talk about as well, who is on this sheet, and I want you guys to talk to me about this guy, okay? And I want you to talk to me about, obviously, his game last night. I thought he was outstanding last night. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. And it was this guy. And I have to be honest, I wasn't sure at the beginning of the season. And I'll be transparent, I wasn't sure about him. And the reason behind that is I didn't think his injury record was good enough for the amount we're paying. And Leeds are paying a lot of money for him per week. And I thought to myself, are we going to get the actual return that we need for Manor Solomon? Are we going to get the return? He's going to be a lot of money. He could get injured, and he did get injured very, very quickly, didn't he? And that obviously paved the way for Ramazani and Nonso. But Manor Solomon has been outstanding in these critical games. When the pressure has been on, he has been outstanding. And he was outstanding last night. As you can see here, total shots 4, key passes 4, accurate crosses 7. Total shots, total crosses 10 as well. Obviously, one assist there. But if we just have a quick look at his season as well, which is really interesting. He's flying, everyone. He's absolutely flying. He has got, I think he's one of the just look at this. And we're going to compare it to one of his other seasons as well. Staggering, really, when you look at it. 9 goals, 12 assists, 38 appearances, goals per 90, 0.32, minutes per goal, 280. And you look at that compared to Brendan Aronson as well, who's played 1,000 more minutes. And that's not Brendan's fault, by the way. But goal conversion, 16%, shot accuracy, 42%. And I'm just going to pull up as well. I wanted to pull up Ramazani for this as well, everybody, because I just wanted to give him a little bit of our respects from last night. Because across the season now, largely Ramazani, his goals per 90 is top in the championship. At 0.7 was the metric I saw earlier, but 0.69. So goals per 90, he's top of the championship. 28 appearances, minutes per goal, 130. This is the guy who I'm really excited about, and he's the guy who I'm really, really hoping Leeds keep hold of. Leeds keep hold of into the new season, because football's not linear, and we've mentioned this previously. I think Leeds need to really, really work hard to convince Largy Ramazani to stay at Leeds United, because I think there's probably going to be a bit of him which says, do you know what? I want to play more minutes. But what I will say, everybody, is it's a really exciting period to be a Leeds United fan. So get your thoughts in. What's your thoughts on? Loft says Adam Underwood is the new SD. Let me just have a quick look at that, mate. Is that something that's just been broken? Obviously, I've just come online now. Someone has messaged me. Did you say there's a club announcement? Someone said there was a club announcement. Is this actual thing? It is, yeah. Leeds United are pleased to announce Angus Kinnear's. Interesting. This is interesting, actually. Leeds announced organisation. I'll tell you what, let's get into it. I'm going to share this now. Shout out to everybody who's mentioned this as well, everybody. Let's get this on now. Okay. This is like live yesterday, isn't it? Okay. So Leeds United announce appointments to key leadership roles upon Angus Kinnear's departure at the end of the club. Robbie Evans has been promoted to managing director, having joined as the club's strategy officer in 2023. Evans currently oversees the club's recruitment and football analytics department. Interesting. Previously, he served as chief strategy officer and was a key contributor to stadium development with the 49ers. Adam Underwood is now sporting director. So we have a sporting director, people, having been at the club for over a decade in roles including academy manager and head of football and operations. Underwood now adds oversight in recruitment departments whose existing responsibilities, leading player trading, interesting, football operations, performance and medical management to Leeds United Academy. Additionally, Chief Operating Officer Maury Eisenberg has been promoted to Chief Business Officer, and Finance Director Faye Greer has been promoted to Chief Financial Officer. And Paraag has said, I'm excited to welcome this group to their new roles as leaders of the club. These appointments are a recognition of the depth of our leadership team, our significant sporting and business achievements over the past 2 seasons, and our commitment to building high-performing club led by individuals who represent Leeds United inside and out. I am confident they will help the club going forward. There we go. So Adam Underwood, as Lofts has said, huge one. Leon as well, who is, by the way, the sponsor of our channel. And do us a favor, everybody, get in contact with Leon. If you want to get involved in anything when it comes to Match Bingo are literally the way forward when it comes to betting. They're going to be on this channel for a long period of time. Leon's a great guy. £2 per card. You can get 5 for the price of 4 as well, and you're in for some massive prizes over on Match Bingo if you sign up. Go and do it. Leon says, do you think you'll stay up next season? I think you'll finish above me. Yeah, mate, definitely. Cheers as well, Leon, for the first bit of it, mate. Really appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, I do. Do I think we'll stay up? It depends on recruitment, doesn't it, buddy? But we'll have to wait and see. But as you can see on the screen, everybody, make sure you're checking out our sponsors, Shop Gino, but of course, Match Bingo. Who sponsored the channel. Kershaw says Solomon looks and is levels above. Is that what you think, Kershaw? Is that what everybody thinks then? Are you all thinking, should we just bring it back to Solomon? Are we all thinking then that Solomon should be brought back next season? Because I want you to take into consideration as well, and some people really don't like this when I say this, but it's not been offensive or anything. It's just looking at, the season ahead that we're going to have. I think what I've loved with Solomon is his ability. And should we have a look at his other season as well? I mean, actually, to be fair, it's going to show his championship season so far. So I'll have a look at Manor. But what I've been really impressed with is his consistency. 38 appearances for Manor Solomon is massive. It's absolutely massive when you think about it. From a player who had 3 major surgeries, meniscus problems, for him to play 38 times, it has got me thinking, it really has got me thinking, because I was very much, and you guys know, I adore Largy Ramazani. Ramazani gets me off my seat. I think he's fantastic. And I really want to see more of him. And I just think all of his stats, per 90, Ramazani for Leeds United is top of the charts this season. You have to go per 90 because we've not seen enough of him. And that's probably one of the downs I've had about this season. It's been the development of him and the utilization of him. But that's a conversation for a different day. But obviously, Ramazani operates off the left as well. But Manor Solomon, that is just, he's been so good. And these in the bit of which we've needed Solomon, we've needed Manor, he's been outstanding. And I was very much, there was a period of time with Manor where he went, I think it was 11 games, and he had 1 goal contribution, very similar to that of Joel Peru. And it wasn't good enough, for what you're paying for him and him to be the star man. And we know how good he can be this season. We needed more. But these last 6-7 games, when he's had to stand up for Leeds United, he's been outstanding. It's been very leadership-like as well from Manor. So I'm going to put something in the chat as well for you guys, and I want you to let me know. I'm going to start a poll in here. Manor Solomon for the Premier League. And remember, we can't, and I'm just literally going to put yes or no. Yes or no. Would you keep Manor Solomon? I'll tell you what. So buy and not buy. That'll do. And I'm really interested, and I'll read out the poll, obviously, of what you guys say. But he's kind of the one that I'm looking at right now. And obviously, we've got Junior Firpo, who's an interesting one as well. Junior's had an outstanding season. I cannot believe he's not been in team of the season. I like Harrison Burrows, but Junior Firpo's got 14 goal contributions from left back. I think Harrison Burrows got about 7. He's got double his goal contributions, and he's played 10 less games. I mean, the availability of Harrison Burrows is there, of course, and that's a big, big thing for him. It's a big tick box. But when you kind of look at Junior, and let's do this again with just the stat pack that we've got here, it's an unbelievable season for Junior. It really, I mean, look at this. Look at this. 4 goals, 10 assists, 17 clean sheets, 32 appearances, by the way. I thought he played more than that. 32 appearances and 10 assists. It's ridiculous. I mean, you look at him yesterday, he's just in the box. I mean, I guess the problem is, look at the minutes per goal. It's unbelievable for a left back. I think the thing with him is we know how very recently it's been maybe a little bit of a struggle in the Premier League for him in terms of positionally, and he's excellent going forward, and he is the best left back in the division for me. But how far does that go? Does that extend to the Premier League? And that's an interesting conversation, isn't it? Richard says a fit Danny Welbeck would be a decent signing for Leeds United. Adam says I've voted to buy. Sam's in the building. How you doing, Sam? How's it going, buddy? Can we celebrate a bit, Connor? It's time to talk about players staying and go. Of course we can, mate. Yeah, and we are celebrating. It's things that we've learned, mate. I think a lot of it is positive news. It's not to say that we're moving on. It's the brilliance of last night, and it's the brilliance of these players, which we're kind of being and someone who doesn't attach sentiment, which is me, and I can be a bit ruthless sometimes with some of my picks, but I feel like that's kind of the way you've got to be in football. I am looking at Junior Firpo, and I wasn't. Junior Firpo at the start of the season was like, get rid of him. Absolutely get rid of him. Manor Solomon at the start of the season, for me, I was a bit like, but these players have proven it. Junior Firpo's proven it. Solomon, so to be honest, mate, it's a positive right now, because I'm like, yeah, maybe we should offer them more contracts. Maybe we should, and we're living in the here and now, aren't we? But that could have been Junior's last game for Leeds at Ellen Road. The same with Manor, the same with Caldalo. So it's one of those right now where, because we're so sentimentally attached and they've done such a wonderful job for us, and it's not reactive. They've been excellent for a sustained period of games now, and if they earn the contract, if it is based on a meritocracy, that's what we've got to consider. But then you've got to look at the division that we're going into, haven't you? You've got to look at the division that we're going into. Sam says hello from Hong Kong. Hey, Sam. Firpo could be used in certain games, but would he want to play as second choice? I think that's a fair point, because we're kind of looking at a period of time now, aren't we, where Firpo is 28 years of age. He's not going to be one to play in, especially when he's played Premier League before, and he's played La Liga with Betis and Barcelona. He ain't going to be playing second. Tell you what, Connie, you can have Sancho offers. Leon, I didn't know you were a Man United fan, mate. Leon. Jesus. It's positive talking about transfers and who to keep. Love a rumour, especially the Prem ones. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. And we will, it's going to be Super League says as well, should not be any polls. We need to win the championship on Saturday, mate. Transfers for Africa. Exactly, mate. Yeah, exactly. And I understand where you're coming from there, bud. I understand where you're coming from, but it's just, it's sort of being reflective of how good these players have been, and we're looking at the stats here, and it's been truly sensational how their arc has been. It's unbelievable, isn't it? James says he could be my first sign. He initiates the attack, he runs with the ability on the ball, keep the morale, and build on the team. Yeah, 100%, 100%. I'd agree. I'd agree with that in terms of building it. Michael says if not for getting injured against Watford, and missing X amount of matches, Largy would have got more game time as he was ahead of Solomon based on form, but Solomon sees his chances. Yeah, I think that's fair. Pedrinho says, I think Largy would have done better numbers than Solomon if given the time. If we end up buying Solomon and selling Ramazani, yeah, I kind of would want us to be in a situation where we are, we're kind of looking at potentially retaining them both, and that's Premier League depth, I guess, especially if you keep hold of Willian Yonto. I think it's crazy people want to get rid of Willian Yonto. I kind of want to just gas up Willie. Should we just gas them all up? Yeah, should we just be buzzing about all of them? I mean, let's just have a look at Willian Yonto's season, shall we? I mean, this will be quite interesting actually, because I've not actually had a look at Willian Yonto in terms of numbers, so this will be interesting when it comes to the stat pack. Of course, I'll put Willie instead of Wilfred in. Is it going to come up with it? Yes, it is. Lovely stuff. So when we're just having, I mean, even just this, like a lot of people, isn't it crazy that a lot of people have been saying Willie's had a bad season? Look at that. 42 appearances for Leeds United. Do we expect more numbers? Probably, but still 8 goals, 5 assists. Do we expect more? Maybe only 2,155 minutes played. I don't think you can get rid of Willian Yonto. I don't think you can. Yeah, big changes next season. I agree, mate. A lot of people saying Kelleher. Steve is in the building. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Whites. Steve in the building. Steve, we're gonna get the Tampa Bay Whites on in the summer months when we've got a little bit more time over here and Leeds aren't just dragging us. All right, we're gonna get the Tampa Bay Whites on. Great to see all the American fans as well on there. It'll be interesting to see. Keep Firpo as a squad player. Shout out to you, Dave Dids. Always notice you in here, mate. Dara says Vissa and Mbuemo would be great to get some midfield. Well, yeah, it would. That'd be nice. Tim says as well, still a massive gulf between Championship and Premiership, Connor. Gabe was right. We should be shooting for the stars. Yeah, I agree. What I'd just say about that is Gabe was being, I think, very ambitious. I just don't think the likes of Paredes and Grealish are realistic, in my opinion. But that is Gabe's opinion, and I completely understand that. And Michael says, KG was saying that Firpo should not be coming with Leeds United to the Premier League. As when he was last there, he was targeted by opposing clubs as one of the weak links in their defense. Yeah, me and KG will be doing something soon. I think we're going to do some end of the season content. But yeah, KG's bang on the money, and we align a lot with our thoughts, me and KG, as you guys know, because I know a lot of you subscribe over here at One Lead, subscribe with KG's and vice versa as well. I think KG's bang on the money, and it's a tough one because of how he's improved. And is he a better footballer now? That's the question, isn't it? Is Junior Firpo a better footballer now? Or is he showing the same tendencies that he was showing in the Premier League? Or, are we looking at a scenario right now where, he's just not been challenged like he would be in the Premier League? So it's a hard balance, isn't it? You look at Dan James. Is he improved as a player? Or is Dan James just up against weaker opponents, of which makes him look better? But that's not to discredit Dan. Dan's been unbelievable. Him or Tanaka, my player of the season, I think. But what we do have to take into consideration is it is Championship, and I do think it's a weak Championship this year. And that's not to take anything away from us. We've been unbelievable. We should have finished on about 150 points if Melee had been out earlier. But we're looking at a scenario right now where we've got to make these really difficult choices. These players that we all look at and we think they've been brilliant this season. But will they be brilliant in the Premier League? If Mo Salah's up against Firpo, if you've got these wingers going up against Junior Firpo, are they going to catch him out positionally? Savinho, players like this, just elite level wingers. Is Firpo going to have to deal with it? And it's not just a Firpo thing. It's a squad thing, but it's interesting when you look at Firpo, when you look at Strauch, when you look at James, we can make opinions on them, can't we? Because we've seen them there before. Bogle for Leeds, we've not seen. Tanaka for Leeds, we've not seen. Ampadu for Leeds, we've not seen. Peru for Leeds, we've not seen. I mean, what a performance he put in last night. It's interesting, isn't it? It's really interesting when we're talking about it. Guys, do us a favor as well. This was a bit impromptu, so make sure you slap in a like on the video. Really appreciate it. It really just it gives me an indication that you're enjoying the content as well. Connor, can you stop Gabe from playing Football Manager next time he talks about transfers? Imagine if we get Grealish, he's going to be looking at everyone just going, told you. Spartan Hippie says, hi, Connor. We need to keep these players and rotate more often in the Prem than we need in the Championship. It's about having depth and quality, and I think the 49ers showed this. Yeah, I agree with you. 100% agree with you. Kershaw says, Nunez, Jones, and Kelleher from Liverpool would be nice. More than nice, mate. I've seen today as well, we're linked with Sean Longstaff. That's an interesting one. What would you guys say about hey, saying Cagey was also talking up Scott McTominay. Tim, are you keeping up with Scott McTominay this season, my brother? Are you keeping up with him? Do you want me to? I mean, I've got a stat pack, mate. I've got my. I'll tell you what. We'll go over. Tim, I might surprise you here. I might surprise you, Tim. I'm not going to surprise you, Tim, because it's not got the stats, but there we go. But he's at Napoli and he's doing very well, mate. He's doing very, very well. He's got about 12 goals. So yeah, he's doing extremely well, mate. He's doing extremely well. But we've been linked with, I think, Sean Longstaff and Decore and players like that. It is legs that you do need in the Premier League. It's that athleticism, 100%. I'd loan him out. Afternoon, top man. Hello, buddy. How's it going? Nige? Great to see you and your dad enjoying spectacular night. Precious memories. Keep up the superb content. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's great stuff. Thank you. I'd loan him out. Ryan Kent for the Premier League. Oh God, here we go. Longstaff will be an upgrade on Gruev. Yeah, Erling posting about Leeds as well. Yeah, Erling posting about Leeds, definitely. But listen, guys, I didn't want to rattle on too much. Harry says Conor Gallagher is doing really well now, isn't he? I didn't want to rattle on too much, and you've got content that you can be sipping across, haven't you? So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go on a nice walk with the missus. I did have a bit too much last night with my old man, so I am struggling a bit today. But please like the video, get your comments in the section below. I do read all the comments, so thank you so much. Big thank you to me as well. Thank you. You know, you've all been really, really great. You know, and I just want to say to my community, you've been unbelievable this season. It's been a very humbling experience, one Leeds and the growth and you guys just really just supporting the channel, and it's been unbelievable to see just some of the lovely comments as well, which has been it's with everything that's been going on with Leeds. I'll be transparent with you. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to be honest. It's not been the easiest time for me the last 4 to 6 weeks. And that's all I'm going to say on it. And I just want to say thank you to all of you, because you've been amazing and you've kept me. I don't really open up like this on One Leeds ever, but you've just helped. And sometimes I'll just come on here and I'll say thank you to the community for engaging and interacting and stuff. But I just want to say as well, from a personal standpoint, coming on these and doing this content, it might be business and it might, you know, help me in that sense, but it's way more than that for me. And, you know, you guys have just been amazing. So thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And yeah, I'm not going to go on too much about it, but you have helped. So thank you. And I will see you very soon. We'll be doing battle lines tomorrow, I believe, but I'll keep you updated. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel because the notification bell switched on. It just means that you get notified whenever I've done a little bit of a live stream schedule and stuff like that. So yeah, really appreciate it, everybody. Keep your chins up. Not say you're fat or anything like that, but just everybody keep the chins up as a collective. Really appreciate everybody, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Thank you.